Hey pianists! So for this week we are doing What Is This Thing Called Love with the melody in the right hand and two-note voicings in the left hand. And so even though this song we're going to be exploring the minor 2-5 progression, for two-note voicings, it's not actually very different than the major 2-5-1 progression. So I'm gonna break it down for us. So in our right hand, we're playing the melody of the song. In the left hand, the first chord we have is G minor 7 flat 5. So for our two-note voicings, we're always going to have the root on bottom, and then either the third or seventh on top. So I could start with either. I could start with the root and third in my left hand. I'm probably not going to do that though, just because this melody is sitting on, it has a lot of the thirds of the chord already in it. So like, for instance, the first line, we've got, right, those first two notes, the B flat is doubling the third of the chord. And then going on, when we get to the F minor chord, that A flat in the melody is the third of the chord. So for me, I'd rather not double the third of the chord. I'd rather get some more colors or some more notes from the chord. So I'm gonna start with, instead of starting with root and third in the left hand, I'm gonna start with root and seventh. And then we just voice lead accordingly. So we're going to have root and seventh on the G minor 7 flat 5, moving to root and third on the C7 altered, right? So the G moves up to C, the F, which is the seventh, moves down and becomes the third, which is E. And then we're going to go to the F minor 6-9 chord. Notice we're not playing it as an F minor 7 chord, we're playing F minor 6-9. And so we'll play F still as the root, but instead of playing a seventh in the left hand, we're going to play the sixth. So putting all that together, we've got and then here, on the D minor 7 flat 5, right, we're coming from root and sixth. I chose to go to root and third for the D minor 7 flat 5. Right, and so this is root and third on the D minor 7 flat 5. Then for the G7 alt, we're going to have root and 7, so that's G and F. And then you'll see on the C major 7, we now have root and third. This voice leads exactly the same as if it were a major 2-5 for that C major. So it's root and third, moving to root and 7, moving to root and third. And notice we are ending up with the third doubled on that last note of that phrase. But I chose to still do it that way because the voice leading seems smoother, and it only happens on that first 8 bars, that first A section. So this song is an A-A-B-A song, but each A section is slightly different from the other A sections. So one thing I would suggest, if you're ever playing this tune at a jam session, do make those distinctions between the different A sections. It adds character to the tune, and for people who do know the words to the song, they will appreciate hearing the variety and being able to hear this kind of the lyrics as you're playing it. So the next 8 bars in terms of the left hand is exactly the same as what we did during the first 8 bars. And if you wanted to do it differently, that would be okay. I mean, we still want the root and 7th alternating with root and 3rd, but you could switch things up some if you want, if as long as the voice leads nicely, smoothly, then you can switch things up. You know, try to get it so that in terms of range, you're in a place that sounds nice and full to you without sounding muddy down low. All right, so I'm going to just play through the second 8 bars of the song. It's almost the same except for the melody at the end of the 8 bars. Now we're at the bridge, and you know, I just kept it, we were coming from root and 3rd on the C major, so I kept it root and 3rd. Certainly don't have to do it that way. You could jump to root and 7th there, and that could be a nice choice. But I kept it root and 3rd, so that's how we'll do it for right now, but you can do it the other way if you want. So now it's just a 2-5-1 in B flat major, which we already learned how to voice lead last term. And then for 8 flat 7, that's kind of stepping outside a little bit in terms of it's not part of any 2-5-1 progression in this song. So you could either move straight down or you can open up. So I'll choose to open up. And then I went to root and 3rd for the D minor 7 flat 5, just like we've been doing, and it'll lead smoothly back when we get to the top of the next A section. And then we've got these nice pickup notes that go with the lyrics of the tune. Right, that's why I asked the Lord. Right. In heaven above. And this is the same voice leading as we had on the other A sections, just slightly different melody. Right, and you can take some liberty with the melody too, as long as it, you know, goes with the words, you know, so you don't have to play it rhythmically identically to how it's written. You get to interpret it. So the whole thing from the beginning with those voicings, and this time I'm going to play it, instead of playing whole notes in the left hand, I'm going to allow myself to be a little more rhythmic. So here's the top from beginning to end. A 1, 2, 3. All right, that's how you do it. Please let me know what questions you have, and I look forward to hearing your. Oh, before I say bye, I do want to remind you. I encourage you to work out the voicings. Feel free and write them out on the handout, the PDF that I'm attaching. But when you go to play the song, don't read off the handout. Read off the original lead sheet that doesn't have the voicings written in, because you want to get in the habit of looking at the chord changes, not reading the notes that are written. So please don't look at the handout with the voicings written on it as you practice it. Just keep that as something there for reference. And I feel like there was something else I was going to say. I guess that's it. Anyway, yeah, please let me know what questions you have, and I look forward to hearing your performances. Thanks. Bye.